Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn about functional programming. Now basically we'll discuss about map, reduce and filter methods. Now this is just to get the flavor about functional programming so that in future like when we will learn about the Spark that time it will be helpful. So let's discuss about the lambda function first because we are going to use this one in map, reduce and filter. Lambda is basically anonymous functions, which is like one line function you can create. But mostly we use this one when we don't have much logics. That time it will be better. Now over here, if you see, we are taking two inputs like X and Y, and output is simply multiplying these two values. So over here we are just going to call these functions, and as usual like any other functions, passing 4 and 5, and output we are expecting is 20. So let's execute this code. I'm going to use the command prompt for this one. Over here you can see we got output as 20. Now let's discuss about the map method, and for that what I have done is created one sample list which is nothing but all the numbers from 0 to 9, and over here I have called this map method, and the first argument is a function and second is the iterator like any list, passing this above list over here. Now what map will do is it will apply this particular function to each and every element of this list. So over here this lambda is kind of multiplying a number by 10 times. So this particular function will get applied to each and every element of this list. That means output what we are expecting is, let me copy this one, and this particular function which will just multiplying this number by 10 times. So 0 10 times it will be 0, then 1 10 times it will be 10, and then 2 multiply 10 it will be 20. So similarly all these number will get multiplied, so that will get as a output. And over here if you see, this output is a map object that we are converting to list so that we can print it over here, nothing much. So let's run this code to see the output. And you can see this is our sample list, and this is the output after applying map. Now if someone is not interested in lambda and they wanted to define the function and pass it, so is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So let me remove this lambda here, and let's create one functions. Let's say multiply by 10. So take one argument x, so return 10 times, and I can pass this particular. So let's again run the code and validate. Clear the screen. We can see we got the same output. This one point to notice is like the number of arguments should be 1 in this case, because we are applying each of these numbers right one by one. That part we have to be sure. Now let's discuss about filter method, where as its name itself saying that we wanted to filter out some data from here, right? So what do we wanted to filter out? This function will tell us about that. So over here, what I'm doing is given one condition that if modulus of a number is 0, that means if it is even, then only select those values. So out of all these numbers, what are evens? These value like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, these are even number. So we'll get only those numbers, right? So let's run the code and validate. And over here you can see we got all this even number over here. Now pattern will be same, like just like the map, we have the same patterns where you're passing one function in the iterator. Now let's discuss about reduce functions. And one things you can see over here in this particular lambda, we are passing two arguments, and which is combining these two values. So if you talk about this particular input, what will happen is, let's say that we are going to take these first two numbers and then combine it. The output will be 1. Now to this summation, we are going to add the next number, that is 2. Combine it with 2, we will get the output as 3. Now this output we are going to combine with next number, that is 3. It will be 6. And after that we are going to combine this output with next number, that is 4. The output will be 10. And similarly this process will proceed till end of this number. Kind of we are merging all these numbers one by one. Let's look into the output. And you can see the summation of all these numbers, that is 45, which we got as a output. So thanks for watching.